Welcome back to Moneyline. Now, fraudsters seem to be excelling at robbing South Africans of their hard-earned cash. The South African Banking Risk Information Centre says bank fraud in the country is up by almost 20%. It's warning bank clients to be more vigilant and to not carelessly share private information on the internet.
Credit card fraud is up by 23%, costing the country over 450 million rand between January and September this year. Debit card fraud is up 5%, with losses of more than 120 million rand in the same period. The South African Bank Risk Information Centre is very worried. It says the most common form of credit card fraud takes place with false applications. Criminals use false information to open multiple credit card accounts online. And with debit card fraud, criminals either steal a card or create their own using information of an existing card. More than half of all credit card fraud in the country takes place in Gauteng. Fraudsters then favor the Western Cape and KwaZulu-Natal. These provinces are also where the most scheming devices have been found. SABRIC says consumers need to be more aware of the danger.
Perpetrators just are so focused on what they want to do. But unfortunately, bank clients forget that. And they tend to be a little relaxed sometimes. They don't take seriously the advice that's given.
The Hawks admit that it's difficult to investigate fraud.
You won't often know who the individual or individuals behind the crime are, and those individuals could be halfway across the globe.
Without sounding like a broken record, SABRIC says it can't stress enough how important it is to be very careful when banking. For example, at an ATM, do not accept help from strangers or allow anyone to distract you. Zikhona Chona, Johannesburg.
Well, the latest economic outlook by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the OECD, draws attention to a global economy stuck in low gear. Growth in trade and investment has underperformed across the world, both in advanced and emerging economies.
The global economy will gradually improve over the next 2 years. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development says the Eurozone will continue to struggle with stagnation and an increased risk of deflation. Overall, the global economy is set to grow by 3.3% this year, confirming forecasts published before the G20 summit earlier this month.
The global economy is currently growing at about 3.1%, which is below the 4% average for the 1995 to 2007 period. So we're 1 percentage point below our average. But even at the end of the projection period, we're only going to get up to 3.9%. Now, that's really low with regard to the average, but of course, in some sense, the average should be higher, because as the emerging markets become a greater share of the global economy and the emerging markets grow more quickly, our average should be rising in terms of our target for what would be a normal rate of growth.
A bigger concern for the Paris-based think tank is the euro area, which it says needs to show more growth.
The euro area continues to grow very slowly, and that matters for global growth. We need to get the euro area growing much more rapidly in order to support a more robust overall global growth.
Its inflation forecasts of 0.6% for the euro area next year and 1% for 2016 are slightly more negative than the EU's own forecasts. The numbers are also far below the European Central Bank's target of just under 2%. The OECD has, however, warned that there will be marked differences between countries, both in terms of growth and monetary policy. This will lead to instability in debt and foreign exchange markets.
Our daily question and answer feature is up next. Stay with us.